Hi guys, I hope you're doing great. Shout out to my students, especially those who are taking advanced engineering mathematics. So I made this video for you. We will be talking about Laplace transform of unit step function, or the second shifting property of Laplace. Okay, so before we start solving Laplace transform of this function, let us first recall the definition of unit step function. So I know that we have dealt with this previously in our online class. So here it is. The unit step function is defined as, so the value is 0 basically at t less than a. Okay, and 1 at t greater than or equal to a. So hence the name unit step. Okay, so if this a is equal to 0, so we have u of t, then the value of the function is 0 at t less than 0, and 1 at t greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so to better illustrate this function, I am going to draw a graph of the unit step function. A very simple graph. So it says that the unit step function is 0 at t less than a. So our a here is at the horizontal axis. So it's just 0. And 1 at t greater than or equal to a. So as you can see, the graph is just at 1 going to the positive t direction. Okay, the same with u of t, in which the function starts at 0. So the value of the function 1 starts from 0 to the positive t direction. Okay, so that's it. Another illustration here. If f of t is defined for t greater than or equal to 0, then the given unit step function f of t minus a times u of t minus a is equal to, again, so it's shifted unit step function, so 0 at t less than a, and whatever is the f of t there. So the value of the function is f of t minus a at t greater than or equal to a. So for instance, if the given function is equal to cosine t, so you can see there the graph of the cosine. Now, if it is shifted to a unit, say for instance the a value is pi, then our graph here, as you can see, so it shifted to, so basically it started from pi. So that's how you present the given unit step function, shifted unit step function. Okay, so now let's move on to determining the Laplace transform of unit step function. So recall that if the Laplace of f of t is equal to f of s, so you remember the definition, right? Then the Laplace of f of t minus a times the unit step function u of t minus a is equal to e raised to negative as times f of s, or the Laplace of f of t. Okay, so this actually here, this equation here, is derived using the definition of the Laplace transform. And what is that? The integral of e raised to negative s to the kernel function times the f of t dt with limits from 0 to infinity. So if you use that to determine the Laplace transform of the unit step function, it will give us e raised to negative as in our answer. So basically, that's the formula that we are going to use. Okay, but we are going to follow this step for us to be able to determine its Laplace. So present na yung e raised to negative as. And please allow me to speak in Tagalog at times so I could better explain the examples later. Okay? So, ayan, sabi nga kanina, e raised to negative as is part of the answer of the Laplace transform of the unit step function. So, here's the step. Now we will replace t by t plus a in function f only. Okay, so I'm pointing at the function f only now. Okay. If you have questions later, so you can comment down below or message me. Okay, so this is the next step. Okay, replace t by t plus a in function f only. Remember, function f only. Thus we have, okay, so replacing now t by t plus a will give us f of t okay, f of t plus a minus a, so a will be cancelled, and on the right side of the equation, so replace t by t plus a, so it becomes now f of t plus a at the right side of the equation. So we will be using this guide or the formula for finding the Laplace transform of unit step function. Okay, so let's now solve the first example. Find the Laplace transform of t squared minus 4t plus 5 times u of t minus 3. So yung presence ng u of t minus 3 there suggests that this given function is a unit step function. Okay, so ano nga ba yung gagawin natin na step dito? Since unit step siya. So we will replace t by t plus a sa function f only. So ang silbi lang ng u of t minus 3 dyan is for us to be able to determine kung ano yung value ng a, which is, ano yung value na? 3. So we will replace t by t plus 3 in function f only. Okay? So yung na-underline ko. Okay, so now let's do this. So isulat ko ulit yung value ni a, which is 3. And wag kalimutan na yung t, papalitan ng t plus 3. Okay, dun sa t squared minus 4t plus 5. Okay, and the Laplace transform of the unit step function is equal to e raised to negative as. So yung a natin is 3, so we put minus 3s Laplace of, so lahat ng t dyan, papalitan mo ng t plus 3. So t plus 3 raised to 2 minus 4 times t plus 3 plus 5. Copy mo lang yung constant. Okay, so yan na yung result natin. So wala na yung u of t minus 3 dyan kasi yung result nga na e raised to negative 3s. Yun na yung kilalabasan niya. Now, since e raised to negative 3s is f of s na siya, so hindi na siya kasama dun sa pagkuha ng Laplace. Now, kukunin mo na yung Laplace dun sa loob ng symbol natin. So, expand muna natin and then combine like terms. Okay, so we have, ayan, minus 40 minus 12 plus 5. Okay, combining like terms. Copy muna natin yung e raised to negative 3s. So, bago natin i-Laplace, simplify muna natin yung nasa loob. T squared plus 60 minus 40. So, we have plus 2t. And then, we have 9 minus 12 plus 5 is plus 2. Okay, so ayan na, simplify na natin. Now, we can get Okay, the Laplace transform of t squared plus 2t plus 2. So, na-recall niyo pa yung mga formula, yung formula ng elementary functions. Okay, so, ang t squared natin is, ano yung n? 2. So, n factorial. 2 factorial over s raised to n plus 1, which is s cubed, plus, copy lang natin yung constant multiplied to 1 factorial divided by s raised to 2 plus 2 over s. So, yan yung Laplace ng mga functions na nasa loob. Okay, so, erase muna natin, and then we will now simplify. You put this into one fraction only. So, combining them, we have, okay, so s cube yung pinakamataas. So, yan ay 2 plus 2s, and then 2s squared. Okay, so that's it. We can write our final answer. So, we can factor out yung 2 since common siya sa bawat term. So, our final answer for the Laplace transform of t squared minus 4t plus 5 times u of t minus 3 is equal to 2 times s squared plus s plus 1 times e raised to negative 3s all over s cube. Okay, so yan lang. Ganun lang kasimple. Okay, so gets? Thank you. Now let's proceed to our next example. Okay, find the Laplace transform of t minus pi times sine of t times u of t minus pi. Again, the presence of u of t minus pi suggests that this function is a unit step function. So, yun underline ko na yung function f only. And we can identify kung ano yung value ni a, which is pi. Tingnan mo lang yung u of t minus pi. So, dun mo lang titignan kung ano yung value ni a. So, having written that, sabi natin, papalitan natin yung t ng t plus a. So, t plus pi. Okay, so now, since Laplace transform ng unit step function, so we have e raised to negative pi s. Okay, Laplace of replacing t by t plus pi, we have t plus pi minus pi. So, makancel na natin yung pi dyan. And then, yung sine t, magiging sine of t plus pi. So, ayan na. Yun lang ilalaplace natin. So, we will rewrite first e raised to negative pi s times Laplace of t sine of t plus pi. Okay, so simplify muna natin ito, yung sine of t plus pi. So, may presence ng ano, diba, ng t. So, ano siya, guys? Differentiation of Laplace. Right? Okay, sulat muna natin. So, e raised to negative pi s Laplace of t, ano yung identity nito? So, sine of t plus pi, naka-recall pa ninyo, di ba? Sin, cos, sin. Okay? The usual. So, sine of t cosine of pi plus, okay, cosine of t sine of pi. Okay, madali lang to. So yung cosine of pi, remember, it's negative 1. Tapos yung sine of pi is 0. So we can now rewrite again. Nasa loob ng Laplace symbol natin, it will become negative t sine of t. So ayan, na-reduce natin into that form. Factor out mo yung negative. So magiging negative e raised to negative pi s Laplace of t sine of t. So differentiation of Laplace. Since yung t na kasama ni sine of t represents first differentiation. Okay? So first derivative. Pero may coefficient tayo na negative 1 raised to n, kung ano yung power ni t. So, ayan. First derivative ng Laplace ng sine of t. So, you get first the Laplace of sine of t before you differentiate. Yun yung rule natin, di ba? Sa differentiation ng Laplace transform. Or the multiplication of t proper t. So, ano nga ba yung Laplace ng sine of t? So, that's 1 over s squared plus 1 squared, or 1. Negative 1 times negative e raised to negative pi s is positive na. So, we will erase first, and then rewrite again the right side of the equation. Yeah, supposedly right side. So, we have positive e raised to negative pi s, and the first derivative of the Laplace of sine t, which is 1 over s squared plus 1. Okay, so meron tayong shortcut na formula dyan kapag constant yung numerator. So it's negative c derivative ng denominator. Ganun lang, diba? Over the denominator squared. So negative c dv over v squared. So that is okay. Ayan, diretso na natin. So negative, ano yung derivative ni s squared plus 1? 2 negative, 2s over s squared plus 1 squared. Okay, so ayusin na lang natin. So this is now the final answer to the Laplace transform of t minus pi sine of t times u of t minus pi. So this is negative 2s e raised to negative pi s all over s squared plus 1 raised to 2. Yan, box na lang natin. Okay, that's it. Okay, so yung next example natin, medyo tricky na part lang yung simula because hindi siya yung usual na nakaayos na kaagad to Laplace na format. So, sisimulan ko siya, and then gagawin ninyo, kayo na lang, pagdating doon sa pagkuha ng Laplace, you will do your part. Okay, so kayo na lang yung magtapos nito. So, this will be your seat work. Okay, so ito yung given problem. If f of t is equal to, ayan, so e raised to negative t. Okay, ayusin na lang natin. F of t is equal to e raised to negative t at t from 0 to 1. So, yun yung value ng function natin. And t naman siya at t greater than or equal to 1. So, ang tanong is, find the Laplace transform of f of t. So, you will be the one to finish this problem. So, simulan ko lang siya dun sa rectangular form. If you remember yung rectangular form ng Laplace transform, so, yun lang gagawin ko na part, and the Laplace will be your assignment. Okay? So, f of t, so na natin, is equal to e raised to negative t, yung value niya, from 0 to 1. So, ano nga ba yung u of t, diba? Minus 0. So, 0 siya nagsimula. Minus u of t minus 1. Ito yung rectangular form ng unit step function. Okay. plus, okay, t at t greater than or equal to 1, so u of t minus 1. So this is how you write the given definition ng unit step function. So u of t minus 0 is u of t. Sa definition, nasabi diba equal to 1 yan. So 1 yung value at t equal to 0. So balikan lang niyo yung definition. So u of t is equal to 1. Therefore, e raised to negative t, distribute na lang natin, minus e raised to negative t, u of t minus 1 plus, the third term is t, u of t minus 1. So ito na yung resulting na equation ng f of t. The next step will be taking the Laplace transform. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so please answer this. I'll be posting the complete solution of this sa M rooms. Okay, so thank you guys and have a great day. Bye.